Yo, what is up, people? It is your boy Sneebles right here, and we're back again on the second part of this highlights. Obviously, number 13 of the weekend, obviously just gone. So during Team of the Year weekend, basically. Yeah, like I said, in the first obviously part, obviously number 12 was a very tough few games. We got to 18 wins, that was all good. So moving on to our 19th win, which you can see right here quite quickly, as the guy quits, even though I only just went 1-0 up. I don't know why, whether he was one of those guys who's just scared of your team, just thinks, nah, fuck that, I'm 1-0 down, I ain't going to be able to come back in it. I don't know. So, whatever, it's a win in there, so I'll take that. So going into the second game, this game was a very annoying game. One of the most frustrating games I've ever played. End-to-end stuff. You see I get a bit unlucky there. As the shot still goes in, I really don't know how it still did. But yeah, I get a bit of luck anyways, as I hit the post and going with Kante there. But this game, you will see, trust me. If you look at the time as well, most of the games, most of the time it is kickoff goals, literally. I got a few in this episode, but honestly, these teams, some of these teams, just the lucky goals, really. I mean, I've heard that they've changed, that they've made an update apparently, so which obviously prevents you from scoring such kickoff goals. So, I mean, when there's kickoff goals, there's nothing wrong with them in a sense on how you do it. So, if you are properly defending, there's nothing really so wrong with it. But obviously, if there is, you know, like, I don't know, just basic bullshit, then, basically, for example, if you've seen one of my goals in one of the games, I can't remember what one, I literally run towards the guy and I literally score it with ease. And it was Omri who got it as well. So, in that sense, if there's goals like that, it's a bit unfair and annoying. That's what you call a kickoff goal. So, yeah, so, in this game, as you can see right now, there's just goals galore, just every time, it's just impossible at times just to really keep it, you know what I mean? I scored a lucky goal here, but this game was just impossible to sort of keep the lead. It just kept coming back, and as you see there, as you see the print of 5-5 on the ground, you knew it was kickoff goal, and it just gets it through. I just don't get it. That's the thing. That's what annoys me about the game. He got the win as well with that, and it's just like, how do you get it all the way through there? That's what EA need to sort out, and I'm not the only one that's saying this. So, being honest, you might think I'm just making it up, all this random crap. But honestly, this is what I concede most of the time. Is most of the time, kick-off goals or goals that just are just so lucky and they shouldn't be going in. I would not make it up for no reason. You might think I'm one of those typical guys that just comes up with things like that, but I'm not. So it just I'm defending the best I can, and just trying at the end of the day. Again, another game in this one. Very tough team I'm against in terms of the players he has. You see the chance I'm having. Honestly, I mean, like that should be going in, and I would blame it on FIFA. I'm sorry, I can't blame it on anything else. I mean, just everything I had just would not go in, no matter what, And it's not about clinical finishing, right? It's nowhere near, because if it really was, I'm sorry, but I am doing clinical finishing. Basically, I am hitting it, the way it should be, but it just would not go in. So, but yeah, so in that game, lost 1-0 right in the last minute with Bale. Typical goal to concede, to be fair. But I can't really do much. Again, it's another one of those games, just all over the guy, and all of a sudden he gets the goal. So there's just not really much I can do about that. But in this game though, good old Dennis Bergkamp. Typical, obviously, icon. You do see quite a lot actually lately, to be fair. But we do go on that with Aguero, a great finish there. And then should be going 2-0 up there with Aguero again. I don't know how he didn't slot that in. As you see, he misses it completely. And then just right from that, as I'm showing you now, he goes on the attack and scores. So it's just, I don't know, that kind of Wilson is just, it's ridiculous. I don't know, that guy is just, for some reason, that card is just unreal. But yeah, had a chance there to score, and then we do score though with De Bruyne here as we pull it into the bottom corner to make it 2-1 just before half time. But then just after half time, he does make it 2-2. Again, defender's in the way. As usual, it's got to go under the defender. I don't really understand that. But yeah, so had a chance to defend, but just wouldn't defend. And then Bergkamp, you expect Bergkamp to score those sort of goals. But at the same time, 97 De Gea should be scoring. Now this is the goal I was telling you about. Look, a kick-off goal. This is a typical kick-off goal. I've just ran it right against him. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do what they do. I'm just going to run it with Henry. Even if it was a Aguero, just run it with him and see if I can score it. And that's what I did. And I got the goal. So it came off for me, I guess. And that's just basically, you know, it's just what happens. I mean, hopefully, like I said, they've sorted it out. But we get the penalty right here in the last minute. Keeper saves it, but we score the rebound to win the game 4-3. It's probably like my first ever win in the last minute where, I don't know, for example, I've got something that's gone my way, you know, literally. I'm not even joking with you. But yeah, so that got us the 20th win anyways, so that's all good. Coming on to the next game, again, another Callum Wilson. I actually packed him twice, actually, in the team year pack openings. Pretty solid card, like I said, just gets too many simple goals. He does score a few in this game, I think, as well. But it goes 1-0 up, and then in the second half, or first half was a bit boring. He got the first goal, obviously, and then second half, he came out again and went 2-1 up, and then I brought it back with Henry here to make it 2-1. So I got a chance to come back in it, but it's again one of those typical things. He was a good guy, to be fair, but goals like that, I can't stand those goals. You know, there's nothing wrong with them, but just shouldn't be going in, to be fair. Even like this, just low and hard. But I just think, no matter if it's low and hard or not, I think De Gea should be saving them, in my opinion. And when you have a 97 anyways. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But we do score a goal in the last couple of minutes to make it 4-2, and to just show that obviously we tried my best, had more shots and 3 more shots on target, but just couldn't really finish. And that's probably where maybe clinical finishing comes into play, where I should probably maybe have better shooting, but I don't know. I don't really know what to explain on that. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just doing what I can. I'm finishing the best I can, and it is just not coming off for me. But yeah, so we obviously get a defeat. A shame, really. But we go 1-0 up in the next game. Very tough side again, as you will see. The goals you got. I mean, look, how can that go through? Come on, guys. One of you's got to admit that it just shouldn't be going through, and then he gets lucky there. You're probably thinking, why did I pass it there? But I don't see what's wrong. I actually, generally, honestly, 100% don't see what's wrong with what I did. Again, another one. Don't see what's wrong with what I'm doing. I'm tackling. You can see I'm pressing B. You can see I'm trying to get. I'm changing players, and his Aubameyang just keeps going and going. If Aubameyang can do this for Arsenal, if he comes, then I'm more than happy with that. But it just shouldn't be happening. It just shouldn't be. I'm sorry, but it just should not be happening. But again, hit a post, and then he has another chance that, you know, somehow goes in. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there is, but he's played it through and it's gone in. Do pull a goal back though to make it 4-2, but it gets worse for me. As again, as you see here, I'm the one with the red eye, with the red arrow pointing up. Yeah, I followed the guy. I knew where he was going. I still couldn't get it. Even though I'm following, I still couldn't get it. And as you see there, I shoved the guy off the ball and still couldn't shove him. I just don't get how I couldn't. And as you see there, 6 on target out of 6. You know, very clinical. But it's, well, in my opinion, bullshit. Because again, you see in those chances, I've shoved him off the ball. You know, why can't Koscielny shove Aubameyang? I mean, Aubameyang is probably a tough guy in real life, but I think Koscielny is more of a tougher guy. I'm sorry, but I can't, you know, admit that any better. But yeah, so on to the next game. This game was a very tough game in the sense that I just couldn't finish. We do go 1 up here though, but the guy was so lucky. I mean, the amount of chances I had to score was ridiculous. I had so many chances, just would not go in. We do get the win though in the end in this. That's a good thing. But as you see, good goals we get. But honestly, I should be finishing most of the chances I had in this game. I don't show you more, of course, but there's so many that just should be going in, just like that. But again, they just happen, I guess. But it does make him quit, though, when they get the third goal, 5 minutes into the second half, with Koscielny. Not a lot, I mean, 17 shots, 11 target, way more than what he had. There's no question about that. But yeah, so we get to 21 wins anyways, which gives us gold 2. So pretty happy with that. But come up against a tough guy in the next game. A game that, honestly, he deserves to win. You would tell by the chances he had. But De Gea was, even though I've been slating the guy, obviously his 97 rated version, he was unbelievable. And you see one, I think it's one of the saves he made in this game. I think it's actually next chance, actually. I'm not too sure. I think, yeah, it's this one. Watch this. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Great save there. Don't know how he actually kept it out, but there was a lot of chances I had. Even this one should be probably maybe getting that. But I just couldn't actually finish this guy off. He was good, like I said. You know what? He's one of the main ones of this weekend. I'd honestly give the result to that I think deserved it, because he had a lot of chances. With that chance, I tried to get that ball but couldn't get it. As you see there, you know, just 13 on target, 17. You know, I'm not saying that just because you had that you deserved the win, but you know, you kind of expect it in some ways. And then on to the next game. Difficult Ronaldinho and Henry in this game. We do actually play really well against this guy, even though he had an absolutely beast of a team. The guy was genuinely good. In the first half, the guy was all over me. I do take the lead just before the end of the first half, but the guy was all over me. But just couldn't do anything. And then I scored a good screamer of Henry again. Henry was an absolute beast in this weekend. I'm glad I bought him, because he made such a difference. Got me such important goals. Yeah, there were times where he finished such easy times. But yeah, in general, awesome game, 4-0. He does get a penalty though in the next chance. This is where, obviously, you might have seen that I had Blanc on the reserves the other day in my Team of the Year pack opening, and Barley was in for him. But he got sent off the second game from the end. But he couldn't score anyways. Ronaldinho with the penalty, and it was a good save. And then I hit the post in the last minute, and then Henry probably should be scoring that. But yeah, so we win the game 4-0, and we take the win to move us on to 22 victories. So yeah, very tough team. Like I said, he was all over me in the first half, but yeah, we managed to get the win anyways. On to the last game though. Wilson again was very dominant in this game. Even his Aguero was the dominant guy in this game. But we do take the lead though, nice and early, with none other than Eric Barley coming on for Blanc there. And then we do score a good goal here with Henry, a great ball through to make it 2-0. So we go 2-0 up, thinking not game over, but you're thinking, you know, all right, we can just sort of sit off, not literally, but you know what I mean. Just, you know, you don't have to keep rushing things. But yeah, as you see there, it's gone 2-1, then 2-2. So very frustrating. But the game was practically killed when I scored this. When I say killed, literally after that, I was just all over the guy. But again, as usual, they've just got to somehow get, you know, a goal. You know, I scored just literally before half time, then he scores then right after half time. I just don't get how that works. But yeah, Kante has a chance there, doesn't score, and then another chance here, which obviously ends up being a goal. Mohamed Salah coming on and actually doing the business for me, which is what I need, as you see here, with his pace, which I'm starting to think that actually better to come on as a sub, because they did have him starting, but just wasn't really to be. And yeah, and then we do finish off the game with a penalty, which we couldn't take in the end because the guy quit, as his Rio Ferdinand was the one who tackled and actually got sent off. So that is the end of that game. That is that done, and that is the weekend done. So we finished on 23 wins, which is all good. As you see, the guy had a lot of chances. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed anyways. Hope you guys had a good weekend yourself. Hope you guys managed to, you know, just do what you could in your weekend league, and hope you guys packed some Team of the Years as well. I managed to pack 4 in the end, including an icon. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. But other than that, hope you guys had a good weekend. I'll see you in the next video, and peace.